Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of What If Civilization Started Over. In the previous episode, which was episode 19, we saw all of Africa being colonized. We saw Mesopotamia take land over here, and then become the Grand Legion, and then take over this country, and giving some of the land to Oman. We also saw, right after that, Ankara becoming the Great Ankaran Empire. And this video will have a lot of stuff to do about these two, but also World War I will start this episode. Now, let's get right into this video. So, actually, first things first, the Grand Legion has been continuing to build up their military, and now they have started their invasion into Azerbaijan. And this goes very successfully, as actually that doesn't fall over to Mesopotamia. No, not Mesopotamia. The Grand Legion, that falls over to the Great Ankaran Empire, and then the rest of it falls over to the Grand Legion. So now we have to see the peace treaty. So, in the peace treaty, we will see them take over the entire south of Azerbaijan, and then Ankara takes over these provinces over here, these three, and they will keep Azerbaijan alive, but it's mainly like a puppet state of both of them. And now this is what both of them look like. And so if we go to alliances, you can see that Pink France and Ankara are in an alliance, and this layer actually needs updated because there will be a lot more countries being in alliances. So, as we see right here, we can see the Grand Legion joining the Pink, joining Pink Francis and the Great Ankaran Empire's alliance. Next, we go ahead and see some Central Asian countries join as well. Oh wait, actually, Azerbaijan does, South France, Galicia, and Portugal do. And now we will see Central Asian countries, such as this one, and this one, and also this yellow, like Kazakh country. But now if we go over here, there will be a new alliance forming, and that alliance is the Triangle Alliance. This alliance consists of Hokkaido, Korea, Pink China, Myanmar, Pakistan, this red country, green country. This one's like Tibet. Yeah, Tibet. And then also it also consists of Somalia and these two countries, which don't have major cities or capitals, which that's because I forgot to give them ones. So now I have to give them their major cities, in which this country will have, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They will have 7. And real quick, I have to grab the capital. The capital star. And now I will go ahead and give them their capital. And now we will see these guys get their 2 major cities and then their capital. So that's what they'll look like. But we also have to real quick see a bunch more major cities across these colonies, as there's not really any. And so this is what these colonies, major cities will look like, as these 2 actually get a pretty big amount since their colonies are kind of small, but they are strong. And Finland actually has the biggest coast out of anybody in this in Africa. Well, maybe it's close between them, but it's definitely Finland. Okay, I did way too many major cities. So, it looks something more like this. And that's what their major cities look like. These guys will get 5. Kenya and Ethiopia both get 1 new major city. And the Grand Legion and Oman will both gain a new major city. Persia? I don't know about Persia. Oh yeah, the Triangle Alliance wasn't new. It just extended from Persia and Oman. But yeah. Now we have to go back to the alliances because there is still more to form. We will see the parallelogram alliance between Finland, Latvia, or the Baltic country, Russia, Greece, Scotland, Morocco, and India. And once India, South India joins an alliance, Bangladesh and North India instantly do. Oh, also for over here, we will see these 2, or East Timor joining that alliance, and these guys joining this alliance. So, now we will see the first thing of this war happening. Where will it happen? It will happen in Morocco, as Portuguese troops that also, the Portuguese army has been sent to attack Morocco, as it has Galicia's military, South France military, and Pink France's military all helping. And that's what is making this so successful, because if it wasn't Pink France helping, they would probably only have the top, like these two major cities right here. But now what we see is a new country joining the war. I bet you guys can guess what country that is, because, well, it's Iberia. So, with Iberia joining the war, yeah, guys, I'm not fixing that until I do rankings later this episode. And so we will see now Pink France have to stop sending their troops through Portugal and instead focus on Iberia, because now this is the better threat to go after, since Pink France has a border with Iberia. And Galicia also takes land like that, and they actually start another invasion through this spot. And with that happening, Portugal lands right here and starts their invasion over here. They get pretty close to encircling Iberia, but they hold out in this major city. And then South France starts invading as well. But Carthage is sad because they actually wanted in on this, but they didn't get to. But yeah, because they attacked Iberia when they tried to attack Morocco. And yeah, now it's pretty much over for Iberia, and yeah, they just capitulate. But this helps Morocco push back the Portuguese troops over to here, and they even go ahead and free up some of Iberia in this area right here. So now they've brought Iberia back, and it looks like they're gonna hold out. And in fact, they're able to retake the capital and continue over here, because Galicia and South France had started to send their ships to Morocco navally. So that allows for a full land pushback. Not right here though, because this is protected by Pink France. And speaking of Pink France, they are going to invade Scotland. And this upsets England, who Scotland has, I'd say, pretty good relations with. And so England decides to join the war. And now we will see Pink France have to try even harder in this, because they're trying to wipe out like everybody, and at the same time that their color isn't even pink anymore. And what is this? Okay, I'm actually gonna darken the color of Pink France a little, or make it like that. Do I like that? No, I like the brightness of Pink France right now. So I guess when I'm doing Pink France invasions, I'll just make the color darker. Yeah. Huh? Oh, this is supposed to be 45. I don't know why it changed. Okay, so now we will see this being the invasion against England, which is going a lot more successful than the invasion of Scotland, because England is closer to Pink France than Scotland is. Oh, mind blown. But yeah, it's pretty much over for the British Isles, as if Scotland and England both fall, Pink France is gonna very much separate these guys and probably make Ireland its whole own country. But now England falls, and this leaves Scotland undefended, besides for the fact of Finland, which has just arrived and has ordered Scotland to push back, but not push back into the territory of England, and as just to hold off instead. But instead, they actually will go ahead and push into England's territory in order to save them. And they pretty quickly do that, because Finland and Russia have now landed their troops, which makes this very hard for Pink France, as this is the 4th and 6th strongest countries. But in other parts of the world, what's happening? Well, over here, Greece is cooked. Sorry, Greece, you just are cooked. And all of these islands get taken, and now Greece starts to get cornered because their whole coast is being taken. They don't have like any of the Aegean Sea, or I forgot how to say it. Oh. And yeah, why? Because Ankara has a military base over here, and real quick, that color is way too close to that. So now they split up this, and it's pretty much over for these guys, because they didn't really have anything going for them in this war. But the main teams in Europe is Parallelogram and Trapezoid. Well, that's all there is actually. But with the focusing of Pink France up there, and the focusing of Iberia instead of Morocco, South France is able to re-push into these lands. Galicia takes over this area, so Pink France doesn't have to hold it. And Iberia is making slight pushbacks, but that's until Portugal starts invading, because Portugal is the strongest out of South France, Galicia, and Portugal themselves. So when this war is over, this peace treaty will be split between these three. And Carthage realizes that Morocco joined the wrong side, and that they will have to do something in order to stop it. Carthage did not ally with any country in the war, so they're more on their own side, but mainly just against Morocco. and that's like all they want to do in this war, is attack Morocco, as Morocco did join, in Carthage's opinion, the wrong side. And Morocco and Carthage were allies, as if you can remember, when Morocco got invaded by Iberia, Carthage came to the aid of Morocco, and yeah. But Morocco wasn't protecting this land over here. So Carthage is just destroying over here, like decimating any Moroccan forces. And they end up taking like pretty much the Moroccan claim. But now these guys will go ahead and land in Morocco, retaking these lands, taking land from Carthage to make it easier on Carthage, because they still feel bad for doing it. And Carthage just decides to make the invasion under Portugal. So now Portugal is just like absolutely cooking these guys. And by the way, Portugal took those islands. And Portugal also starts invading from over here. Don't think there's not stuff happening in the colonies, I just haven't showed it. But let's see. What color? No colors. Okay, so then I can just do that. And, yeah. So, Pink France has invaded these guys like that, and they're sending their forces. And Portugal did just like spearhead through right there. And yeah, now Portugal is absolutely destroying Morocco. But these three major cities left are the top three major cities of Morocco, and they're the most defended. So that's why they can't even encircle one of the major cities. They just gotta keep like chipping at it, like shown. So it is getting smaller and smaller, but they aren't giving up just yet. And it's so far like 2 months into the war, but Morocco ends up surrendering, because that was just like absolutely decimating them. And now if we go over to alliances, which honestly I'm just gonna keep on, we will see that like all of these guys are this alliance or triangle alliance. The triangles and trapezoids are decently friendly right now, but yeah. North India has become stronger than South India, as I've said. I'm gonna turn off alliances just for this. And yeah, since they're stronger, this war is going a lot worse for South India, as there's even an invasion of Sri Lanka being made over here. And remember, this country came from Sri Lanka, because there was that Sri Lankan country that came onto India, and then all the countries that were over here fought, and then this was the sole survivor. But this is not gonna be good for North India, because South India just made their pushback, and now they're holding a front line like through this. I mean, actually, this. So, they will take up to there, but then they won't be able to take any more land, as that is like their defensive line. But, now, these two think it's like just attack, the other alliances on the borders. So, they end up invading Myanmar, but Bangladesh instantly tells Tibet no, and Myanmar understands. Uh, but these two don't, and why they're just allowing that invasion. And so they leave their alliances and instead go ahead and join the Parallelogram Alliance along with this country. But the North country, the other South country right here, the purple one, they will join the trapezoids. And now it's 3-on-3 over here in Central Asia. And the first one to make a move, which also it's the strongest one that's making a move. Remember, these two are allies, but when they just were deciding on who to ally with for the World War, they chose opposite sides. But yeah. And now we see this happening, and we also see special operation groups of the Tibet country, as Tibet is the first one to really have any sort of special operation groups that snuck through a country and is now invading and encircling the capital, taking the capital, and doing that. But during this war, the purple country thought it would be a good idea to decide to connect up to these guys. And what did this do for the war? Well, the purple country has been talking with Blue China, and now Blue China will join the war. And so once Blue China joins the war, this area is just gonna explode, because now the triangles are gonna attack the Parallelogram Alliance, and well, that probably would have happened anyways, as these guys had good relations. But Blue China ends up taking the rest of this land and using it as a staging ground, I guess, to then wait, I need to grab the color of the red country. Okay, so they use it as a staging ground to free up these guys, and once they do that, they will start their pushback over here, because it's only spec ops. Their spec ops, Tibet's spec ops, are pretty weak. It's just that it was a surprise attack. But now we will see these guys starting to push back until there's the holdout right there. And when they start this holdout, and I need to see, okay, those guys aren't in the war. So, both the green and reddish pink countries over here will expand into these lands, as you see here. these lands over here. And what? I think they are on the trapezoids, right? Yes, they are. Okay. So now they will go ahead and explore more land. Yeah, I'm gonna do this first. So they will go ahead and explore more land. Looking like this. They know that Russia's over there, but Russia doesn't actually know that this country, the yellow country, is over here. But since it's like the 1700s, more of this land is discovered actually. I just haven't been showing it. So instead of it looking like that, it's probably more like that, with these areas just not being discovered and the Americas not being discovered either. So boom, this is now what it looks like, and we can see these guys' full expansion. And I'm gonna trim brush size down. This is a pretty big expansion by the red team, and it's fully funded by the green team, because the green and red team, after they both said, nah, I'm not gonna join the war, became like besties. And yeah, I'm gonna fix this area over here real quick, and I'm gonna continue to fix it because I made it worse. This is what these guys look like now. Oh, and they also took like all of that, but not all of it, because a lot of this land was taken by the green country and the purple country, and some, not a lot, but some taken by the brown country. So now it's looking like that. And to get better access to their allies, the yellow country is gonna go ahead and expand into all of these lands right here. And the purple team sees that they need to connect up to the yellow country, so they will also go ahead and expand. Please tell me I haven't made that a province yet. Okay, I haven't. This goes over to the purple country. Yes! Sorry, Hossein, ugly border. Oh yeah! These guys finally break through. Over here. Okay. So for this alliance, it's kind of crazy because, yeah. Just because, yeah. So, now we will see, the North Borneo, or North Borneo Empire, whatever I called it, will start their invasion of this island, which I forgot the name of. And Malaysia will also make their invasion of Indonesia, which, with Indonesia being invaded on 4 sides, it's pretty much over for them. As Vietnam comes down from that area of Southeast Asia and starts their invasion of Borneo, cutting off this area, giving that to them, and then just pretty much decimating the rest of Borneo. Which I'm not gonna show multiple colors, cause yeah. And then East Timor takes over all of these islands. And now it's pretty much just coming down to the capital. This is Java over here in real life, but in Wixel, this area is Java, and it was their most populated area. So that means they declared war on the triangles. But also, they don't like India. So they also declared war on India. Yeah. Okay, the capital ain't taken. So, we will now see North India and Malaysia working together to defeat South India. And this really, really shocked South India, as yes, they do have bad relations with Malaysia, but they did not expect that. So over here, it's gonna be a complete collapse of their colonies, as they will have one rebellion over here, being this purplish country, which will become a monarchy. And it's getting pretty big, and yeah, now they will start their invasion of the North Indian colony, looking something like this. Before they're pretty much fully blocked by other rebellions. So they get to that, and then there will be a rebellion over here, which you can say might just be an invasion of Tanzania from Tanzania, or Tanzania, whatever. Yeah, Tanzania. But these guys now will have another rebellion here, pretty much everywhere. They'll have this rebellion. They'll have this rebellion. They got another rebellion right there. And finally, the rebellion that'll take a bunch of land, which also looks like Malaysia's color, this orangey rebellion, with them taking over that, and then starting their invasion, of course. And then the pink rebellion starts their invasion. And then this like white country starts their rebellion, or gray, like really gray, really white gray, really light gray, not white. My brain is fried. Anyways, yeah, South India's cooked. Look at what happened to their colony. I don't think their colony survived. But if we go over here and check alliances, we can see that I have to zoom out a lot to see who the other alliances are. Okay, they are oh my gosh. Oh, okay, so these two south countries have to lock in because Malaysia might attack them. But they're mainly focusing on Finland And once Malaysia sees that these guys won't attack them, Malaysia won't attack them. Oh! But, yeah. So now Malaysia's invading Finland. Yeah, Finland might be cooked, guys. I don't know. They just might be cooked. Okay, guys, Finland's cooked. Why are they cooked? Why are they cooked? Because Azerbaijan just attacked Russia! No way! How is Azerbaijan doing this? Oh, the Great Legion. Okay. Oh, the Great Ankara Empire. Okay. Oh, I don't know what I'm owing about right now. Oh. Yippee! Why don't you have a capital, Libya? So mean to me. So mean. Okay, I give you capital in like Tripoli, if that's where Tripoli is, because I don't know. What? And now, Pink France attacks Russia. So, over here in the more deserty regions of the Russian colony in Africa, the Pink France army attacks the Russian deserts in Africa, even though Russia isn't in Africa, but Russia has the colony in Africa. And Ethiopia says, oh hey, I don't want to get involved in the war. And so does Kenya. Kenya doesn't want to either. And then Kenya and Ethiopia have a party in their countries because they're not involved in the war, while like every country around them is in a war. Yeah, literally every country around them. But the farthest areas away from Russia will fall very fast, including the major cities, because it's very far from Russia. As you can tell, guys, Russia is in Russia, and now Russia's only way to get to the Russian colony is through the Bosphorus Strait, which is half owned by Bulgaria and half owned by the Great Ankara Empire. And if you guys forgot, the Great Ankara Empire is at war with Russia. So the Great Ankara Empire will not let Russia through. And what does this mean? It means the Great Legion will attack Russia! The Great Legion? I mean the Grand Legion. Help! Help me. I don't know what's happening anymore. But yeah. So Russia's army that's over here in Egypt and in their colony is pretty much cooked because no food is being delivered to them, and so the Grand Legion just can take the entire coast to ensure this, because because no. And Ethiopia says, oh, yeah, I'm getting involved. I want land. And what does Kenya say to Ethiopia? Kenya says, hey, that's a smart idea. I'm also gonna invade. So, now they will end up actually taking a bunch of land surprising Pink France, because Pink France did not think that when these troops said they'd join, they'd be able to take that much land, even though the Russian army is, like, blocked off from getting here. Because they thought Ethiopia and Kenya were weak, but actually, Ethiopia and Kenya are like 12th and 13th on the rankings. If not, actually Kenya is 10th, which means Ethiopia is 11th. Oh my gosh, plot twist. Okay, guys, now the world's gonna explode. The end. Yeah, Russia's colony gets cooked. And now, if you can tell, the African colonies are in chaos, and at the end of this war, a bunch of African colonies will be released into other countries. And Iberia is gonna not exist anymore because they'll be split up into 3 different countries. But when all of this is happening, what's gonna happen? They leave the war. Oh. They leave the war. Oh. They also leave the war. Oh. Pakistan, Oman, and Persia say, we're leaving the war. But why? What's the reason they're all leaving the war? Myanmar leaves the war. Pink China leaves the war. It's only going to be 4 countries in that alliance now. And that all happens, and there's more countries leaving the war, such as defeated countries like Morocco, Greece, and Iberia, and countries that just don't want to be at war anymore. Scotland, the Baltic country, and these 3. Bangladesh, India leaves, Somalia leaves, and yeah, North Borneo leaves, East Timor leaves, Vietnam leaves, so that alliance is dissolved. And since they left, actually they'll keep holding on to that. Azerbaijan decides to leave. And seeing how this war is going with all the countries leaving, Russia decides that the war should end and that they'll give up land. So, and now we see the full peace treaty of this world war. And what happened was a collapse of Finland, now back into these areas, a northern Scandinavia country, Sweden, Norway, they're all here. Got South France, Galicia, Portugal, splitting up Iberia, taking some land. Actually, Portugal didn't take any land. Instead, they decided to form this country, which it was either they formed this country and that country got that land, or they took it and got that land. But they wanted to be nice and gave it to these guys. These guys are not stronger than Portugal, though. and they won't be, even though they have 5 major cities. And these guys have 4, and these guys have 3. But, yeah, Portugal just got a bunch of reparations for the war. And this is the split of the British Isles. And also, Scotland has now taken Iceland, like regaining like pretty much all of their land that they had before the war, which was that, which is now this. And actually, they probably gained extra land, honestly. But Russia lost 1 tile to Azerbaijan and 3 to Ankara. If we go over here, I forgot to do Greece, so they're just gonna be a puppet state. Yeah, they're gonna be a puppet state of Ankara. No, I'm kidding. Ankara didn't really want to take anything from Greece. I mean, they'll take Crete, but nothing else. And then Russia's colonies split it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different countries. Morocco split into 4 new countries, Carthage taking some land, Gibraltar taking land, and Portugal taking land. Also, Pink France took some land. Pink France took land from Russia. Finland split up into 4 new countries. This is an Indian colony. It's split up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new countries. India's fully gone, with a full annexation of India, besides Sri Lanka going to Malaysia. Tibet taking lands over in these areas. These guys expanded, these guys expanded. Blue China, I'll do theirs off camera because this recording is already 141 minutes long, and it's gonna be like 55 minutes long with editing. And now India, this is what happened to, not India, sorry, Indonesia split up into 1 new country, and Borneo got this, no, North Borneo got this, East Timor got half of this island that I forgot the name of. Oh no, I'm forgetting all the names of the Indonesian islands. Sumatra, Borneo. Oh no. Yeah, I only remember Sumatra and Borneo. I'll search it up after the video, guys. And then these 3 expanded, and now they're getting pretty strong. And yeah, that is it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment your favorite country, and subscribe if you want.